Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise all the time, and I am your full ship tour expert because I love making these videos giving you tips and tricks all throughout the walking tour of what's going to be MSC Seaside today. Now, 10 seconds of quick facts about her, and then we'll jump right on into it. MSC Seaside was first launched at the end of 2017 is when she first took passengers on, so she's coming on about 8 years old at this point. She's going to be about 153,000 gross tons, and she's going to be able to carry a max capacity around 5,200 guests. So with those details setting the stage of what to expect on this size of ship, let's jump on into a full ship walking tour of the MSC Seaside. Welcome to the MSC Seaside. We are starting off in deck 5 in the forward section of the ship, so you'll see that there are the elevators on the left and the right hand side here of the forward section of the ship, but this is going to be your photo gallery. So for a lot of folks that cruise on other cruise lines, this will be a little bit of a step in time back because this is an older way of doing things, but they are going to display the pictures on the walls here. So once you have your picture made, you can select it and pick out the one that you want. If you are a Blue Diamond member, you do get a complimentary picture, so keep that in mind. One of my favorite perks, because I love taking something I can remember with me, and it kind of it kind of captures how I grow up over the years on cruise ships, if you will, but you'll see all throughout here, these boards will be filled with pictures of people from the cruise. It's also fun just to see, hey, who all's on the cruise? You'll see a lot of the iris gallery here. So if you want a very close picture of your retina, that's what these are. You can do that. They are, it looks like it's expanded a little bit, so it seems to be doing well. You will find these on land as well. I think that it's just super cool. I've got unique eyes, so I've had my picture done, but I haven't broken down and bought one just yet. But the Iris Studios here to the left, we'll come back to that in a second, because I want to show you the lower section of the Atrium. On the right-hand side, you're going to have guest services, so they normally have a queue. Try to find a time where it's not that busy over there. It does happen, you just have to be patient. This is your main seaside bar over here. This is going to be your coffee spot first thing in the morning, drinks all throughout. They're going to do a lot of events and activities, and you will see on the floor up, that's where people are going to be standing to be the musicians and put on shows for us, and Venchi marketing. Coming over here, you're going to have another, I'd say, random desk. I think this is shore excursions. Maybe it's for the MSC Foundation. I've not really seen anybody working it, but I'm just going to quickly pan back and show you the photo gallery. Once again, you can kind of see what people do with the different eyes for the iris gallery. That is super cool. If you want seats to be able to see the shows, I think this is a good spot to come to. They do go really, really quick though, and it does stay on the louder side. For whatever reason, the noise doesn't echo up as much as it just gets kind of captured here. So you do have one of your restaurants. So this is going to be the Seashore restaurant. And so the reason I'm pausing here at this door is this is going to be for the My Choice dining. So if you have My Choice, which I do as a Blue Diamond member, or if you have, I think it's the Aurea package, it's going to allow you to come whenever you want, and you just come right in here. Even though this is really a large dining room, they reserve this entire side for My Choice. And so I came at 5:15. I don't encourage you to come that early, but you can have your absolute pick. I got a table window over there, and it was early, so I was able to see out the window. Window seats, look, people love them on cruises, right, in the main dining room. But if it is at night, all you're going to see is your own reflection in the window. You're not actually going to see out the window. So if you come early enough, especially when the days are longer, that's much easier to do. So I will just show here, they've got the sign up. This is where they're always going to tell you what times this is going to be open or not open today. It's not open. They want you to go up to the Marketplace Buffet on deck 8, which I will take you to eventually. But this is your primary entrance for the Seashore restaurant. And you'll see up above, we've got the Ipanema restaurant that I will walk you to, and about one more set of stairs. Now we are on deck 6 in the midship, and this is where you're gonna have the Ipanema restaurant. They do offer multiple dining times here, so do make sure you get the one that you want. If you don't, as soon as you board, do make sure you're checking with the maitre d' who's gonna be here. Come early. They may have a line, so you wanna make sure that if you do have a preference, you're able to come in and request that. Beautiful restaurant here. You'll see that all of these do have a little bit different feel, but this is gonna be your main dining room, where you're gonna come for your dinners for the most part. We'll show you the buffet as well, where you're gonna go for breakfast, I imagine, and probably lunch as well. Breakfast is also served in one of these, just not this one here because less people do breakfast in the main dining rooms. Coming back over, we'll go back into the atrium at this point. So I'll call out, you've got these little cash machines here. This is just one where you can register your credit card to pay your bill. Keep in mind, they do have the MSC For Me app. That's gonna allow you to also do it. If you wanna pay with cash though, that's where I see this most. You've got a sign blocking this one for some reason, but this is where you can come and actually pay cash. Is the big machine. So look for it if that's something that you wanna do. Looks like the one straight ahead is working. So that's your cash machine, the other's your credit card machine, but this one will do both. Here you've got the MSC Excursions Desk. They've got a few different excursion desks located on this ship. So just make sure you walk around. You'll see a few of them. I'm gonna show you some of them today as well. And you've got the Shine Bar here too. These are great places to come, hang out, to grab a drink. And you're also gonna have beautiful views of the main atrium we just walked through. So the entertainment's gonna be on this level right here on the platform that is on deck 6. However, I always recommend going up to deck 7. I think looking down does give you a neat experience, a neat view. And the crew does a really good job making sure if they're putting on an activity, like they did, what was it, dancing shoes last night? And they made sure to have the people forward downstairs, not under the overhang, so you could actually see them. So that regardless of the level you were on, you got to participate, which was fantastic. And I mean, people were doing backflips and all sorts of stuff. This here is probably what would be my favorite section of the cruise ship if I allowed it to be. This is the Venchi shop. So I'm gonna pause here for just a second, show you all the menu, and I think it does switch over if it'll do that while we're standing here. Nope, but it does have amazing coffee. Venchi is like name brand chocolate and coffee and ice cream. You can have your duty-free shop over here, so if you wanna come get alcohol, tobacco, that's the place that you're gonna do that. But back over to Venchi, you can see that they make their chocolates in-house. So that's what they're working on right now. You can see all the machines going to make that happen. And you can buy all of this stuff. Over here on the left side is the espresso bar, where they'll make you a wonderful cup of espresso, whatever kind of drink you want. And then you've got a lot of chocolate by the pound. So right now, say by the pound, by the gram. So it is $11 per gram is what you're looking at. I don't know if the one in the case is gonna be more expensive or not. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Coming back over, you're gonna have kind of a multi-purpose kind of section. So this is in the middle of the hallway, but you see they've got it set up for table games right now. So if you wanted to come with the family or maybe just your friends, you can play games here. You're also gonna have different kind of musicians that come by and hang out here during the night. Great place to grab a cocktail and maybe come here. You see that there's not really a bar in this section. So if you want to drink here, you're gonna have to bring something from the main atrium or the casino, which is directly above. Coming back over, I'm gonna scoot over here to the right, and we're gonna try to go into the back way of the theater. So if you have a accessibility issue, mobility issue, this is the way that you're gonna come to get into the theater. So you're gonna come in on deck 6. Not deck 7, which is the main one, but hopefully we'll go up and show that. So I'm gonna go quiet for a second, see if there's anybody in here that we're gonna disturb. It's a long hallway, but we'll get there. I hear CD music, so we might be in good shape. All right. Looks like we're in good shape. Great. So here's the theater on the MSC Seaside. As you see, it is massive, but honestly, it's not that big because it is all one level here. If you're used to other cruise lines, they may have multi-tier or balconies. This is all one section. What you need to know here is, first of all, sit towards the middle because the stage, you can't really tell from here. I'll get up higher and show you, but it is huge. To get the best view, you really want to be in the middle section. Sitting over on the extreme left or right, you're gonna have that really hindered and you may miss some things. You're also on the front row gonna have some accessibility options. So if you do have, a scooter or something, you can park that over here on the left is where I've seen people parking it, but you're also gonna have some seats that are a little bit larger should you need those too, or maybe you just wanna sit closer to your partner that you came on board with. My seat was right there. That's where I've been going. It's the first seat on the front row. They've got Bohemian on here, which is absolutely amazing. If you love the music of Queen, it is wonderful. If you got kids, Peter Punk is gonna be more of your go-to. That's gonna have contortionists, acrobats, all sorts of, fancy Circus Olay style material that you're going to be able to see. Worst seats in the house are these way back here. And I'll show you why I say that. Because when you look out, you're gonna see the ceiling. It's kind of awkward. It doesn't really obstruct your view, but it just feels like you're really far away from the stage. But see how large that stage is? They have done a great job setting this up before this large of a ship. This room will absolutely fill up. They publish the shows probably about 24 hours in advance on the app. Make sure you're getting reservations because they do check that, or adding it to your calendar. That way you can get in early and get a seat. They'll still open it for everybody, but it can be very difficult sometimes to get in because the shows on MSC, for whatever reason, are more popular. Maybe it's that way because of the way that it's set up, but it is more popular. So now, casino's open, so I'm gonna jump out on the other side. I don't film at the casino, but we're gonna head to the other side of deck 7, which is where we are now. All right, I lied. I'm gonna film this section because I just think it's like really cool how they've got the lighting here, and you can see up higher to the floor above, and you can also see down below. Noise is also going to filter between these two, so that entertainment space you just saw, you're gonna see that. On the right-hand side, something neat here that these gentlemen are using, they have sports betting on MSC, something I've not seen on a cruise ship. Granted, I've not been out here for a little over a month now, so things change quickly on cruise ships, but you do have betting on professional sports now, and it may even do collegiate. The rules there continue to change, and I don't follow it too close. Here's another one of those large cruise card activation points. This one also takes cash, so you can put that into there. But again, this is my favorite floor. This is deck 7 that you can come and hang out on. So you're gonna see beautiful vantage. I mean, this atrium to me is just gorgeous, how large it is with all the LCD screens. And they did a great job putting a mirror. So the last one up there where you see it's reversed or upside down is a mirror. But they did a really good job making it feel infinity-like. But you can see all the way down, I'll go as far as my camera can, to see the people downstairs. Panning behind me real quick, I'm just gonna show you that you've got watches and sunglasses. So of course, they have shopping on board this ship. In the evenings, you're gonna have, this is a champagne bar, this is an extension of it. You see the seats over here are really neat, but they're gonna fill up that middle console, and I'll show you one over here, with ice and put champagne in it. So it is a really cool spot. If you wanna feel a little bit fancy, they're gonna have some oysters and all that kind of like high-end raw seafood here as well. But just a really neat space. One thing that I'm gonna call out while I'm standing here is on the Seaside, you kind of got to know on what floor do I walk in the middle, which is where we just came from, versus walking on the left-hand side. So there is nothing here on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. You can only walk down the middle. But as you're going to see on other floors, you need to walk on the sides. And so there is a learning curve to the MSC Seaside. You do not come on here and just automatically know where you need to go. You're going to have to figure it out a little bit, and quite frankly, their ship maps, which I'm just coming up on one, do not really help you a lot. So when you look at what floors things are on, I don't know where these arrows are going. That's just not helpful. So I'm glad you're watching this video because I think this will give you the details you need to be able to navigate the ship. And so we are on deck 7 now, and we're working towards the aft of the ship. We're at midship now, but this is the first opportunity we have to go all the way to the back. So you've got the arcade, games, and bowling here. Great place for, adults who are young at heart, as well as for people with kids. It is all for an upcharge, but you're gonna start with your F-150 racing. This I don't think is really good for kids because as soon as you hit that wall, you're out of the game. Like, it doesn't last long when I've done it. And you're gonna have 2 bowling lanes over here as well. You can get 30 minutes for $30 on the bowling. And so they've got all the packages kind of listed over here for you to check out if you are interested in doing some of the games. And you can see the opening hours, and I'll come up close to the actual, so the F1 simulator is $120, and then you've got bowling, as I mentioned, for $30. That is up to 6 people as well, so if you're a larger crowd, you can get more bang for your buck out of it. Took my family who came to Miami last week to Lucky Strike in Miami. A great place to hang out if you need time to kill in Miami before going to a plane. And it was extremely expensive. I was very surprised at what they charged there. Here's the garage disco. So great photo ops in here with this blue car. However, your blue lighting in here is gonna make that picture come out really poorly. So make sure you're good at editing skills with your photos so that you can improve the quality and get that blue hue out of it. That's just not gonna be your friend. We've also got a great screen here for karaoke. It hasn't been well attended, mainly because I think the garage here is a little on the hidden side, but this is also where they did karaoke versus some of the other places where I think it may make more sense. A lot of people like pictures with the golf station here. If you remember a golf, let me know down in the comments. And then you've got just another little nice seating area. Coming out to the aft of the ship. This is one of my favorite sections. And so this is gonna bring you out to South Beach. So this is the pool that is adults only here on the MSC Seaside. And I'm trying to get it where the light comes across. There we go. So with that, let me pan over here and start with, you have Venchi out here again. So extremely well placed MSC. You've got your Venchi ice cream by the adults only pool. I think this is genius because if I'm gonna buy ice cream from you, guess where I'm probably gonna do it? While I'm at the pool. So coming over, you'll see there are plenty of deck chairs that are over here for you to be able to hang out in. And you've got a pool. It is one where you kind of just go into the deep end. So if you, it has a little bit of a ledge, but then you go straight down. I'm looking at the pool depth, and it is coming out to 1.95 or about 6.5 feet. So majority of people will not be able to swim there. Let me walk you out just to show you this back view, and you can also see the rear of the ship, or the aft section of the ship, because I think it's just a really nice design. So coming back here, I mean, these I think are really sought after seats, but you've got a lot of great options. We are in Ocean Cay today, so that's why you're not seeing too terribly many people in video, because they are hopefully already on land enjoying themselves. And we're gonna go up here a little bit, but I'm just gonna pan up. It's tough to see because it is very bright out here right now, but you see that you've got some staterooms back here. More importantly, you've got an elevator bank right there in the middle. It is hidden, so it only goes from this floor all the way up to deck 16, I believe. So if you need one that gets you close enough, that one's gonna be a great option for you because not many people know that it's there unless you have a stateroom that is towards the real end of the ship. Coming back in, so we're gonna come back in and then I'm just gonna come back out real quick because this is one of those situations where you can go on the left side or you can go on the right side of this hallway. So I'm gonna now show you what's on the right side of this hallway and then we're gonna come back out and go upstairs. Go ahead. Thank you though. Coming in here, you got a little bit of a family area. Say family area, it's an adult's billiard is kind of how it's billed, but there are a lot of kids that I see in here. Table auto levels when the ship is rocking, the table will auto level itself, which I think is just super cool. And you will see throughout the ship, they continue to market Venchi. These boxes look absolutely gorgeous. So as much as they push these or have these on display, I mean, granted, they're very pretty to have on display. I like looking at them. Can only imagine the margin or the markup that they are getting for those. There's a reason you're seeing them everywhere, right beside the spa. Probably two of the biggest moneymakers on here outside of the casino. Coming further in, you've got the Haven. So this is one place that I'm finding myself sitting in more and more. They're gonna have salsa classes in here. They're gonna have Brazilian bands in here. They have a lot of different events that happen in the Haven, and it has a larger, I don't want to say club per se, but just a really nice lounge. I'm going to show you one that's more intimate, but for a large lounge, this is a really good fit, and they do some really neat events. If you want to be here but not really be in it, they've got some tables way back here. This is where I personally like to sit. Number one, you get to see everybody walking the hallway. So if you're a people watcher, you see everybody that is coming through here, but you also get to see the events that are happening. So now, as promised, I'm gonna walk backwards again because we've already seen all the way to the other side. If I was to keep going there, that would have taken us back to the midship elevators and back to the atrium. But I wanna walk you up to the main buffet. And I say that because there are two buffets on this ship. I don't know why. It doesn't really make sense to me. The first time I came here, I thought the small one was the only one, but I'll show you that when we get there. But for now, we're gonna pop up to the large buffet, which is on deck 8. You'll also see that there's a lot of staircases over here. It's on both sides of the ship, on the port and the starboard, because it is the boardwalk. I think they call it Ocean View Boardwalk, but it's going to give you views to the forward and aft of the ship. You can walk the whole side of the ship, which I think is just really neat. And you can see, here's the actual ship, so you are on a bit of an overhang. Coming through here, I'm going to walk you in the back door of the actual buffet. And the reason that I'm doing this is honestly how I've kind of been coming here, because it's easy. So this is your marketplace buffet. Come into the rear section of this buffet. It is where all the good food's gonna be. If you come in the front, that's where everybody else is coming in. And so with that, you're gonna have crowds, lines at the front. Breakfast, by the way, between 9 and 10 is gonna be the most busy time days here. But all the good food, the expensive food, if you will, they keep in the back. So if you want your omelet made fresh, you wanna get your ice cream, that's gonna be back here as well. And they've got plenty of machines to give you different sodas, which that one's out of order. They don't necessarily give you sodas, that's why that one's probably out of order. But they do have complimentary tea, coffee, as well as water you can get up here. But do me a favor, when you come into the marketplace, start in the back and then walk your way forward. You'll see the food repeats itself. The lines are better, and the food is also gonna be better. It's a higher quality, or there's more customization. And you'll see they all have different kind of signs on them, but it really repeats itself. So you see you've got some outdoor seating as well. So if you do want to sit outside, the boardwalk is going to be on the left and the right, starboard and port side of this ship. Right there. So you've got all those complimentary beverages I was just talking about. This one's going to have some juices on it right now, probably. But this is going to be your main entrance here in the very middle. MSC, does a good job, I'll say, of giving you a large plate. So I don't know if you all can see these plates that are in here, but the plates here are massive. So if you are trying to watch what you eat like I do, they do have some smaller plates that I'll show you over here in the sweet treat section, which is honestly where I normally need the larger plate at. But if you want to try to portion control yourself, that's what you're going to grab. So now we're going to just come quickly back outside, and we're going to continue walking now from the aft section of the ship. We are on deck 8 all the way to the forward section of the ship as I navigate everybody who's trying to get off the ship. Bathrooms on here, I will call it out some because we're staring at one. They are tough to find on here because there's no good signage and the signage is dark. So just make sure you are paying attention should you need one. You can oftentimes find them around the staircases, but it's hit or miss. Over on this side, you can see you've got the Future Cruise desk. That is Dayon. He's glad to help you out. If you want onboard credit, that's where you're going to come. It's nothing over the top. It's $50 to $200 based on the stateroom. So if you're getting a really large suite, makes a lot of sense. But if you're like me and you just say, hey, get me on the ship on the inside, easy as you got, you're going to get the $50. Still an extra $50 you didn't have, and for a weekend, I look at that as complimentary gratuities. This is Hola Tacos. So if you want a specialty restaurant with a really nice atmosphere, I like that it's actually here in the Atrium, come to Hola Tacos because it's going to give you a specialty experience, but at a really reasonable price point. The tacos you're looking at $2 to $4. You've got quesadillas, enchiladas. They've got all sorts of great stuff that you can come and get here, and it's cheap. So if you want to feel fancy, but not break the bank like you will at some of the other places I'm going to show you, that's a great place to go. And the outdoor section, I just love how they have all this outdoor section and seating that you can use. So now, this is one of the stores where I could have gone on the left or the right-hand side. I'll show you the other side when we get over there, but this is your sports bar. And so it is really neat that they have these little enclaves that you can come and watch the game of your choice if you are here for a large sporting event. A lot of people like going on cruises for the Super Bowl, for instance. That is coming up as I am filming this in January. This is a great spot for you to come. Plenty of seats, but I call out the Super Bowl specifically that is coming up because you're going to reserve these. They're going to charge you extra. They know that people are going to want these. This place is going to be packed. And so they're going to charge you extra to have these seats. Though the biggest TV in the house, you've got some above the bars, are going to be down there at the end. It looks like it should be a stage, but it is really just a large screen TV. Coming back to the middle of the ship, because I'm on the side right now, you'll come into that larger atrium that I kind of showed you, the second atrium or smaller one that I showed you by the casino. So if you look down, you can kind of see the cool lights that we had down there. And over here, you're going to see where the other side was that I could have walked in and chose not to, so I went to the other side, not that side. But that's where you're going to have your fine jewelry. Come over here, you have your Sea View Cafe. In the morning, come here for coffee. They're going to have a little breakfast station set up that's going to have some pastries for you. It's going to have complimentary coffee, complimentary tea, but it's also going to serve as your main espresso bar in addition to going to the main atrium that we saw earlier. But this espresso machine stays busy, but it is easy to get to. They really manage the crowd here well. So if you want just an easy, like bakery treat, this is gonna be a good place for you to come. This is also gonna be where this is the favorite lounge that I was telling you about earlier, because it's more intimate. It's darker in there at the night, so if you can't see well at night, it gets pretty dark in there, but they're gonna have really cool jazz musicians. The Brazilian band will also come over here as well. So you have a lot of activities in the evening that are there that just have a more sophisticated, classy vibe to it. If that's what you want to do one night, totally up to you. But they've got plenty of music options. That's one thing I love about MSC. They have so much music in and around the ships. You've got your hair station, so if you want to come and have your hair done, you can certainly do that. They've got a nail salon over here on the left. And then coming back, you'll have the Aurea Spa. So they do cosmetics, they do spa treatments, massages, hot stone, all that great stuff. They've also got the thermal spa. If you are diamond or blue diamond, you're gonna have an hour complimentary that you can use in the thermal spa. It is a great time. I normally try to use it myself as well. Coming into the gym here, it's an okay gym. Like, you guys know that I've already been in here, I tested it out for you. It is fashioned by Techno Gym in the way that MSC does. It's missing a lot of equipment in my opinion, but it's gonna get the job done. So, quickly walking in because the music is kind of on the loud side. See, there is a barbell, but there's no real safety to using that barbell, so I get uncomfortable with it. There's no Smith machine here, and you're gonna have just a couple of machines here. The lighting is pretty bad from that angle. It's also in direct sunlight, so you see the sun coming in there? This is the absolute hottest gym I've probably ever worked out in. So if you do come in here, the weights are in kilograms. There's not that many machines. And so dumbbells are gonna be your friend, and they're gonna go up to, I think about 30 kilograms is what that's gonna go up to. I think that's gonna translate to around 60 pounds, give or take. People that have been educated outside of the US, let me know if I got that right or not. All right, so that is all that we have for here on deck 8. We are in the forward section of the ship. I'm now gonna pause the camera. We're gonna jump all the way upstairs. All right, welcome to the very aft section of deck 16. This is at the Bridges of Sights. It says size here. I see sights on the other one, so I'm not sure which one it is, but that's what it is. You have this overhang here that is glass that you can look all the way down to South Beach. I don't know if my cameras can go that far. Yep, there we go. There is South Beach that you can look down at. So it is a great place to take pictures. As these people are doing, they've got somebody stationed directly above here. You'll see a staircase that will route you there, and that will allow you to get some really, really cool pictures. In the very aft section of the ship here on 16, you're also gonna have some hot tubs on each side. So now I'm gonna walk you just quickly through to the elevators here. So you've got the elevators that I showed you earlier that only run from deck 16 to deck 8. So super convenient if you're somebody who needs elevators and you're kind of like me, you don't always like to wait. I find that these are much easier to use. Another hot tub over here on this side, and you can see another view of Bridges of Sighs. And I'll come over here a little bit just to show you where that person went. I think they've built this ledge literally just so people can come and take pictures. You can only really go up, I think, to the second level, then the rest is gonna be crew only, but you can still get some really cool pictures. Look at how beautiful that water is here. This is one reason I love coming to the Bahamas. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And MSC looks like you're building another private island over here. I don't know what's going on, but if somebody has seen a press release or a news article on, hey, I thought they were just dredging to have the World America come in here, but they've now compiled a bunch of sand over there, and it's starting to shape up like a private island. Small one, but still a private island. So if you have heard about this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to get in on the know on that, because you all know MSC's Ocean Key is my absolute favorite private island that I go to. Here's Miami Beach. This is where the party's gonna be. This is where the action's gonna be. This is one of the reasons I love this class of ship with MSC is how exposed this is to the sun, but at the same time, there are some places you can go and get shade. In the evening, they will have your white party up here as well. This is gonna be the signature event of MSC, so make sure you do not miss coming here for that. The stage is where most of those activities are gonna be, but you'll see you also kind of have a stage up here at the top during the day. You can also lay out up there. So if you wanna go up a little bit, you can do that, and you're gonna have a pool, first come, first serve on all of the chairs that are up here that are padded. I will say one thing that I hate about MSC, is these chairs. They have one setting on them. It's either, actually I take it back. These, they look like they've upgraded it. Does have a few different settings on it. In the olden days, they did not. They had one setting, which was just kind of on the miserable side, but now they are adjustable, it looks like. So well done, MSC, on making that upgrade as you changed out your ships. Coming back over here, again, you're gonna see, I think, amazing placement on MSC's part. You're gonna have more of the ice cream options over here from Venchi that you can choose from. These just look amazing. And I also say that they've got a really good mocktail menu up here as well. So if you're looking for something refreshing without the kick like I do, these are some really good options. Looks like a baby cup's going for $3.50. 2 scoops is gonna go for $6. And you see they've got all sorts of flavors there for you. Coming back over to the opposite side of the ship, something else that I really like about this ship is they've got tables everywhere for you. And so if you want to play board games, you want to eat somewhere, you can find a table to do that. You've got soft serve ice cream that is closed currently on the other side. So they've got it here, and then they're going to have it on deck 8 as well, where I showed you just a little bit earlier. Here is Biscayne Bay Restaurant and Buffet. So the thing I'll say about this, and I mentioned it earlier, this is not the primary buffet. This is the catch-all buffet, I'll call it. This is the one where they can keep it open a little bit later, earlier, and it gets a little bit of your overflow crowd. But it is going to be super small. So I'm coming in here. It is now 11:23, so people are probably just finishing up breakfast. They haven't got out of here yet. But you see, this is kind of all that you have. It does not go anywhere past what you can see there. And then coming around, you'll see you've got some food options. Breakfast is already out, it looks like. Got some fruits. Oh, they've got a mixture. So they've got a little bit of breakfast left. They got some lunch that's out. So it's going to be a decent mixture of things in here. But again, it's super small. So do not think that this is your only buffet. The larger one on deck 8 is where I recommend you go if you're outside of peak time. You can go there and probably find a decent spot. It also has all the outdoor seating, which you're not going to find here on deck 16. Coming back outside, this is one of those where you can't really get there from here. So that does not connect. As you all saw, there was no way for me to go to the next side of the ship. So what I'm going to do is pop up one flight, and then we're going to walk back over. So on the other side, hey everybody, is going to be your specialty restaurants. And so they've kind of bookended them so that you can't get there from here. Deck 16 is very bewildering for that reason, because you have to go up and go over. And I know the crew gets kind of tired of it sometimes. They're telling people, oh, to get to the buffet, you got to go up and over, but that's what you have to do. So now on deck 18, they do not have a 17, interestingly enough. You're gonna have your kids area. So if you've got babies, toddlers, you know, those kind of things, those kind of kids, I should say, you're gonna come up here, and that's where you can get some assistance. You're gonna have your jungle, or your FRS Adventure Park, Forest Adventure Park, which is gonna be over here. And I'll show it to you from the section up above as well. This is where you can come and bring some kids. And you see there are other levels to it. They've got slides. This is going to be your kid park. And then over here, you're going to have another little section specifically for kids. I think that's a playland where we actually wall them off. You can kind of let them roam a little bit. It's a decent area. You're also going to have some photo opportunities for the children. So if you want to get them in some neat photos, they've got some Lego Barbies, I think, over here. So you can get a fun picture with them. Also, this is a place that I just don't think gets as much use. So if you want to hang out here, it is a decent spot. Coming into the jungle. The last one was the forest. This is the jungle. This is your solarium. So it is the jungle pool lounge. And you see that it is decorated like a jungle. So you've got these chairs over here. Again, these are all going to be first come, first serve. They've got them in this pleather kind of fashion. So you'll see it doesn't soak up the water. It will just sit on it. And you'll see you have a full pool and bar. More ice cream over here on this side. Let me come to the other side so I can get you all out of the sun. It is bright today. So this is also the weekend where the U.S. was under all the snow and blizzard warnings in majority of the country. And it is probably 80-some degrees out here. But coming all the way around, you'll also see that you've got a little bit of a kids section over here. Though young at heart adults will also appreciate foosball as well as ping pong. And these are complimentary on this ship, I believe. I haven't seen a place to pay for those. I think it's complimentary, but I feel like it varies by ship on MSC. Just depends on which one you get into and if it's going to be attended or not. Coming all the way back, you'll see where these people are sitting are some of my favorite chairs through there because they have cushions. You all know I love a cushion chair, and those are going to be first come, first serve. So if you want a cushion, make sure you get out here nice and early. Don't be a chair hog. It's not what I'm saying, but make sure you get out here nice and early. All right, so now I'm going to take you not to the MSC Yacht Club, but I will show it to teach you all. I've never had access to the MSC Yacht Club. MSC, please, I'd love to go in there one day. If you see this video, you like my content, the MSC Yacht Club has my name all over it. I would love to showcase that to everybody, but I just have not been able to make that commitment just yet. Even the upgrade on a cruise that I just checked out was about $1,000 to move me from an ocean view cabin into an inside yacht club. And I couldn't justify the additional money to make that, because y'all know I go, that's 3 or 4 more cruises. Like, I'd rather do that. So we're coming upstairs. I'm gonna pan over here because you're gonna have the Aurea deck. If you have the Aurea package, especially if you have a lot of sea days, this is gonna be something that does really good. So it's the top 19 exclusive area. And I'm not gonna be able to get in there because I don't have access, but it is for Aurea guests. Again, lots of sea days. I think that it's well worth its money to have a private section away from the main pool. You're more likely to get a chair in the line at the bars. Not gonna be as bad. So something to keep in mind. All right, so now we're gonna walk outside, and you'll see the Yacht Club also has their private area over here as well. And of course, it goes all the way to the forward section of the ship. So MSC has done the ship within a ship here. Actually, this is a continuation of Aurea. Yacht Club is just a little bit farther, but they do a ship within a ship. So the whole front side of the MSC Seaside is non-accessible if you do not have Aurea or if you do not have Yacht Club. Here is the overhang for the jungle pool that we were just looking at a second ago that looked like a jungle. This moves, so it will slide. As you can see, it's a bit of an accordion, but they have opened it up for everybody down below to get direct sunlight, but more importantly, I think, to get a little bit of breeze. But there's still tons of shade that's gonna be over there. One thing that I've always found odd about MSC, you've got hot tubs just about everywhere. If they can put a hot tub somewhere, they're gonna do it. They know that they are popular on these ships, and so they just spring them up in the middle of, I don't know, deck 19 is where I'm at now. They just pop one there, and there's one on the other side too, and you saw one on the forward. These ships have so many hot tubs. So just something you should keep in mind. If you see the one that you want and it's full, walk around on an outdoor deck, you will probably find another hot tub that is not full because people just honestly don't know it's there. Here you can start seeing the breadth of one of the slides. It's gonna go about 4 different stories, but you can see down to the Forest Adventure Park here where all the kiddos are. And there's a whole lot of different elements to this. You'll see a staircase here where you can also walk up to get on the slides. I'm not gonna take you all the way up there because I think, let's leave a little something to the imagination of the kids, but I will walk you up quickly to the basketball court just because I think it's a neat little section. And you've got a ropes course. You've got all sorts of different activities that you can be doing here. They've got small slides, big slides. They've got a good mix for kids here. Though I will say, even on this cruise, which is a weekend, it doesn't feel kid heavy, which you all know that I kind of prefer. Actually, I like, but it's not kid heavy, or has not been. Back here, you've got multi-purpose court. So it's basketball, it's soccer, it's paddleboard. It's whatever you need it to be, with direct views on the other side to the Miami beach, which is just beautiful to me. So you can sit up there. They've got stadium seating to either face the basketball court or to face out to Miami Beach if you just want to sit back and people watch from a little bit of a distance. Coming back here to our very last stop on board the Seaside is, I want to say one of my favorite bars. It is a smoking bar, so I actually don't come up here very often because it is one of the smoking bars. You will find more smoking sections on MSC. You can take that as a positive, negative, however you want to. I just take it as a fact. But with that, the views for here are just incredible. You're gonna get sunshine, but you're also gonna be able to just enjoy being part of the pool section, which I think, again, this is the reason I like the C-Class, including the MSC Seaside here is because of this pool and this setup. Like, it's just beautiful to have this on the back of the ship to me. And then I'll quickly show you up above, you see where that stadium seating is, where the rail is. That's where you can also sit. Bar here, and then you're gonna have plenty of seating in this section as well. All right, as promised, we're now here on deck 16 at Chef's Court. You'll see that you've got Yacht Club entrances on both the left and the right-hand side here, so you cannot get outside from here. So you can only, if you don't have Yacht Club, go into Chef's Court. This again is on the back side of the buffet that is on deck 16, which is by the pool that we just came from. So with that, you'll see that there are 3 main restaurants that are going to be here in the Chef's Court. You got Ocean Key, which is the seafood restaurant, the Asian Market Kitchen, sushi, teppanyaki, and then your butcher's cut, which is going to be your steakhouse. Now, I do get to eat at one of these. Each time that I come on, I've eaten in the Asian restaurant here, in addition to I've eaten in Ocean Key now. And I think that I like the Asian better. This was a really good experience last time I came on here. You'll see that it is just very well designed and decorated. You're gonna have sushi all the way here. I sat at one of the tables and just ordered from the prefix menu, part of the benefits of the Blue Diamond with the Voyagers Club program. So if you are getting a loyalty here, there is a way to get a free specialty restaurant on every single sailing, which I absolutely take advantage of. And then coming back over here, you're gonna have the actual teppanyaki experience, where you'll have the hibachi chef in front of you, really, you know, putting on a show. Good morning, putting on a show for you. Coming back out into Chef's Court, think of this as your high-end food court. This is also probably the most upscale bar in the place, outside of the Sea View Lounge, which I also really like, but this one's gonna be less crowded. It's a great place. If you know you have reservations coming up, this is a great place to come, grab a drink and wait for your reservation so you're already in place. Here's your maitre d', who's been wonderful. She's glad to help you out and get you that reservation that you may need. Ocean Key is where I ate yesterday. There's my team. How are you guys? I'm well. So this is where I sat yesterday, right there, but let me come over here and get you the back of it so you can see how beautiful, light, and airy this restaurant is. So the food in here is really good. They definitely recommend the grilled seafood plate, which did me very well last night. Coming back over here, you're gonna have you know, some collections of different things that you can drink. You've got the wine cellar, you have some tequila back there as well, but this is gonna be butcher's cut, which is gonna be your steakhouse. So if you want, I'd say, the highest end option on board the Seaside, this is where you're gonna wanna come, is to the butcher's cut. It is gonna be your full steakhouse. So it is the highest of the cover charges, but they all range between about $40 and $45, give or take. So nothing here is overly expensive like you may find on some other cruise lines. So there is the MSC Seaside, a full ship walking tour with your full ship walking tour expert, walking through all the pros, the cons, what you need to know before you come on the Seaside. She is a beautiful ship in classic MSC style with marble, black, you've got some burgundy, you've got the Swarovski staircases behind me, which I love, and mirrors everywhere. But she's a little bit clunky, right? As you saw, you kind of got to know, do I go to this side? Do I go to that side? Where are things at? And this is the best way with this MSC Seaside full ship tour to learn the ship before you get here, especially for those quick 4- and 3-night weekend cruises where you don't have time to miss. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon. And if you're interested in cruising with me, make sure you're checking out the Group Cruise newsletter down below, signing up for that so you know where I'm going and how you can join me.